Sherry is not gonna be here. She called me, she's sick, and Linda is on her way. So, Anita, you wanna?
Yeah.
We'll start with you. Take your time, because Linda should be here soon.
Okay, so actually maybe I'll start with, as far as the plowing.
Okay.
Down at the station. I went Sunday morning, or Sunday around noon time, I came down to do payroll here. And there were snowbanks in front of both of the ambulance bay doors, which were about that high. And I said, oh, those can't freeze. So I shoveled them out, which is a good thing because when I was up at the office, they had some calls. But I noticed that the fire station are all cleared in front of there. Do they have someone with their own pickup that goes and clears those, or how does?
I don't think so. I don't know why there would be banks in front of yours either.
Yeah, there were.
Usually with back drag it, but
Yeah, they haven't that all this, every time it
know.
snowed, they haven't, so I didn't know if we
I'll have
could,
to speak with Kyle and see, I guess.
okay, yeah, because it is, I mean, it is an
Is
emergency
it the first
thing.
time that it's happened this winter?
No, it wasn't, that's the highest that they've been.
Well, we really haven't had much snow.
No.
It's always been an
Right.
inch or so.
Right, no, it
Wouldn't
really
seem
hasn't,
like much.
yeah. It was just yesterday morning that it really, it could have been an issue,
Well, that's
Yeah.
the biggest storm, so.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
that
I'll have
was,
to make sure.
Shoveled it.
I shoveled
care of
it,
it.
I'll have to make
yes.
sure he either pulls it away or back drags it or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll bring it to their attention.
Okay, thanks. Okay. The next thing is the ability. You want to go over that, or do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the ability is a clearinghouse service that the Notch told us that we needed to have. When actually Dawn was here helping me to set this up, and they were supposed to have been ready to go in 3 days. 3 weeks later, we still weren't able to use this. And it's for submitting Medicare claims.
So it's like a program.
It's, no, not really. Well, they download an app. It's an app so that the app will upload to their server, and then they submit them to Medicare. So anyway, I called Medicare because we had two May and June bills that we needed to send in and get paid, and asked them about it to see if there was any
Totally
issue.
forgot it was at 6.
If there was anything that they could help with. They said, you don't need to use the clearinghouse, you can submit them directly to us through their app, it's just Connex. It's like, okay, I did that. And they still had, Ability still hadn't provided us with a service we could use. So we decided just because we're small and I don't have a lot of bills to submit, I would just enter them in Connex. And I canceled the account with Ability. Now, when we signed on, this is it's like from the first day they have you sign an agreement.
Let me just
What you
catch
sign.
Linda up on that.
Yeah, the Ability. She's somewhat familiar with the Ability.
The what?
That Ability that.
Oh, the soup, yeah.
Okay.
You know what she's talking about?
Yeah, I don't know the details, but I know
Yeah.
what she's talking about, yeah.
So we know that we didn't get the service, so we talked with Linda and Alan, and I said, what do we want to do? And he said, we'll sit on it and see what they do. So, which we did.
So
Now-
you've been working with the debt collecting agency, and they basically counteroffered and said they would take $1,500 to.
Yes, he said, but they first said $1,950, and I said, I don't think we're going to agree with that. I said, let me talk with the select board, and the collection agency. George Moore called me and said, this is off the books. He goes, the lowest they'll go on an agreement is $1,500. He goes, I know where you're coming from, but I wanted to let you know where they would settle at if you decided you didn't want to go through, take legal actions and hire a lawyer.
How you spell it? Is it Abilify or Ability?
Ability.
Yeah, got it.
So my question is,
that
where do
what
we
this
want to go
kinda
from
is,
here?
The collection agency?
No,
They
this
do.
ability is a program. It's
That does the billing?
It's a
Well,
service.
it's-
I do the billing.
it's a clearinghouse.
Yeah.
Would be the best way to explain
For
it.
places like the Notch, they have a lot of bills to submit to Medicare. Now, when I use Connex, I have to go in and re-enter all these after I've already entered them in our program, Stratford. Now, we don't have the amount that Notch has.
Right.
So the clearinghouse is beneficial for them, so they don't have to do double entries.
They're not entering,
Right.
basically with this program, they can enter one bill in, and if it needs to go to Medicaid or it needs to go wherever, it
This is just
sends it.
Medicare, just
Just
Medicare.
Medicare.
Yes.
This will sort that out and send it for
It's
them.
it goes to Medicare and through their approval process. And
Not Medicaid, just Medicare.
Not Medicaid, just Medicare, because I have to submit them all in
Right.
Medicaid once in
Right.
Medicaid. So the question is, do you want to settle on the 1,500, or do you want to retain a lawyer?
And they're doing this because we had signed up with them because we couldn't Notch and had them, and we thought we needed them, but we didn't.
Yeah, they're told, I mean, Donna
That's my
was there with
understanding.
me, so Donna was working with it too, who was
Right.
using it, and
Did we
just
sign a
couldn't-
contract?
Yes, there was a contract, their signature's not on it.
I have it here. I just was wondering if, I had talked to Alan and Kylie about it, if maybe we could write them a letter and say that Anita didn't have, authority to sign it. It's worth starting
I
somewhere.
I don't know if you wanna go there.
I think, didn't we write them a letter already? Thought we wrote them a letter in the beginning.
I just don't understand why we should have to pay for something that we never got.
I agree.
Right.
You know what I
But if
mean?
we say she
makes
doesn't have
sense.
the ability, then we'd have to say she didn't have the ability to sign anything during, they'd take us to court and say, well, she signed this, she signed this, she signed this.
Yeah.
Would be,
Yeah, but if you didn't get the service, why should you pay for something you didn't get?
because we signed up for it.
We signed up for it, but they didn't provide
Yeah, they
it.
didn't provide the service.
It's
But
like
yeah.
calling Comcast and having them come hook cable up to your
And
house,
it never
and then
works.
you never get TV, but they send you a bill and tell you you have to pay for it.
Just
Yeah.
refresh my memory, did they not serve us because we didn't send them anything?
No,
We sent them stuff and they did not do the job.
they couldn't get, for one thing, they gave me wrong information on which EDS provider to go through, which location, which was corrected. And they just never were able to submit any of the bills. I mean, day after day,
And they gave us an
Repeatedly.
explanation for that?
no.
I think we should try to talk to them one more time. Either by letter or by phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, at this
And get
point.
some more details of why they think we
Why,
should pay
yeah.
them.
And it's already in
Because
collection. Another month, it
actually,
ain't gonna hurt anything.
that's already been discussed, because we signed a contract, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
I
why we
figured
should
they'd
pay
say.
them. That was it.
But you didn't get the
Well,
service.
contract works the other way too.
Yeah.
You should get a service for it, I would think.
But they don't,
Yeah.
there's no, on the contract, all it is Anita's information, and no one signed it from them.
They probably have.
I
one
pointed
there
that
they
out to
signed.
the-
I would think if you pay a company money, you ought to get a service from them, not just pay them for nothing.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
And the things I tried to communicate with them, saying, hey, we didn't have this service, and talked with them on the phone.
And we never
And-
paid them anything.
No,
ever.
we never paid them anything.
Maybe that's why they're saying they're not providing the service.
Mm.
You haven't
No,
paid 'em enough.
the day that I I said, because, and I sent them a cancellation because we have not received service that we were promised in 3 days, and it's been 3 weeks. I said, we have chosen, we found it necessary to go to other means so we could submit our bills.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, we are canceling.
I thought we gave
This
this to
account.
Joe. We didn't give this to Joe back in the beginning? Joe Cahill? No? I think he needs to.
Not that I
write
know of, I mean.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember, you know, I
It
wasn't.
was
the one
discussed, it was thought about it and
Yeah.
decided just to see how far they were gonna take it.
And they did, they took it to collection.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we should do something about it.
I do
I don't
too.
think we
I
should
do
just
too.
pay them.
Oh, no, but I think we should call Joe.
Okay, I'll table
wanna
it for
do that?
now, and
Table it
I'll,
and-
Yeah.
I'll work on it
Yeah.
with you, and we'll see what we can come up with.
Okay, and, okay, the other things we had talked about, we needed more advanced techs. And there's a advanced EMT class coming up in February, and Josh Gribbins expressed interest in signing up for that class. So the class is $975, and half of that I should be able to get from district again this year. We're just waiting for the money to come in from district, and just wanted to know if you would like to approve town funding him for that advanced cost, we need advanced tax. With the same agreement as we've given everyone else, that they would
I was
work with
gonna
us.
say, we had an
Yes.
agreement with
Yeah,
them
the same
to pay that,
agreement. Yeah, for the work with us for 2 years, and at the end of the 2 years, actually, we would hold from each paycheck $30.
And they give it back to him at the end of 2 years.
Who does he work with now? What days does he work?
He works sometimes he'll work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, he does 3 shifts in a row.
So he's working with you, or he's working at night?
On Wednesdays, yeah, he worked one Wednesday day with me, and then Tuesday and Wednesday night, usually with Tim, and the Wednesday night or with Dale. And either that or Thursday, and both shifts on Friday.
Does he ever work with Joey? Would it be 2 A's on the same shift?
No, we're trying to avoid that.
Yeah, that's what I was just
Yeah.
curious. That'd be-
Well, because of their certifications, not
Yeah,
for any
Yeah.
other reason.
Well, sure, but I'd rather
both.
have them take a different night when we don't have any.
Right, I don't want it to look
For
like we're
both
trying to
A's.
keep them apart
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, yes, you can approve it? or-
yeah, I'm good with that, if you guys are. Yeah, we need
Consensus?
them.
Okay. So you voted yes on that?
Well,
Yep.
we consensus, we didn't vote.
Okay, all right. Okay, and the
That was
last,
our agreement anyway, that if this
Yes.
happened, we would do it, so
Yeah.
we don't have to vote on it, we already did.
okay. And the last thing I had is, the computers they had at the station that they need to use to access Siren were Windows 7. And they're not, the program they're using, they're not updating the Siren program for them to complete the state report with Siren. So I was in Williston at Resource, and they do refurbished computers. And actually, I was able to purchase a nice one, a ProBook, for $170. How much was that? $171.19. But which I normally wouldn't do, but this week they had to have it, and they were not supporting what they were using as of January 1st. And I have the 2 old ones in the back of my car. I would like. Actually, it's a lot better than paying $1,200 for a new computer. This doesn't go through our network. It just goes. They just needed to go online to access Siren online. And I
Is
just,
that separate from what the fire department uses, or is it
Yeah.
on the same computer?
it's a separate.
It's
They
called
have
Siren,
their-
the program's called Siren. Capital.
Yeah, it's an online program that they use. It's a state program, and it's mandatory. They have to be reporting on there like within 24 hours of a call.
Yep.
So I was just asking if I could be reimbursed for that. I mean, that's not something I would normally do, but
Well,
given
you need it, right?
the situation, I mean, it's bad to say it's better than paying $1,200 for a brand new computer when they didn't need a brand new computer. They just need something to
Just access that one.
access that with Windows 10.
Right.
Yep, just submit it to Alan and
Okay. And the other question is, what would you like me to do with the other 2 computers? The town, those are ones the town purchased for the ambulance.
Recycle them, or can you sell them?
And what-
I don't
guess
know enough
recycle.
about them, are they really old? I try to just
Yeah, they're
recycle
pretty
them.
old with Windows 7. Unless someone wants one to upgrade it to Windows 10, I mean, it costs money now, but they are older.
Is there any like information on them that needs to be taken off though before that?
No, all they used them for is they went online, so there's nothing stored on that computer.
I don't know, just bring them in, put them in my office, and we'll figure out what we'll
Okay.
do with them.
All right.
Somebody used to take all our stuff like that and recycle. I don't remember if it was Till or who.
Yeah, we can look into it.
Yeah.
Well, they,
Andre goes there a lot too, so.
Who? Andre?
Okay, and that's all I have. And Sherry had said something also about working with the woman from Lamoille.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we still haven't got Sherry hasn't got a confirmation date on when.
okay,
She did call her back though.
Yeah, she talked to her,
Yeah.
but she didn't give her a date on when she would come, and we were thinking just one day. Is that enough, you think?
just do the one day, and we'll see
See how it goes.
how that goes. Yeah,
If she
Yeah.
thinks we're good, then
yeah. We'll let her
do
judge
it one
whether.
day, and if
yeah.
she thinks we need work in other areas, we'll have her help there.
Great, that sounds good.
Start with one day. I think that's what Sherry was gonna ask her.
Yeah.
Right. Sherry's not coming tonight. You knew that probably.
Yeah, she called me, said she was sick.
Okay, so that's all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Does someone have a key to lock the front door?
Yeah, you can lock it now, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
The front door
we can
key?
see them coming if we turn the TV on, if anybody's there.
We just gotta sign, Alan gave me the one page, 2 pages of it. I don't know if you wanna read it over, but it's just the warning for the ballot and also the town meeting.
Do we have to vote on it? To vote to accept it?
I don't know if we do or not.
Wouldn't hurt.
I'll let everybody look it over. I already kinda looked through it.
Ended up with quite a few appropriations still, right?
There's a lot of them. That one.
Why don't you wait till we vote on it before you sign it? Maybe somebody will have something wrong with it.
I just kinda speed read it, but.
Well, I mean,
I
just,
already looked through it earlier.
yeah, but it just,
It's everything we
if
talked
somebody
about.
finds something, we've already signed it, we probably ought to vote on it first. I'm pretty sure we have to vote on it because it's town warning.
It won't hurt.
No, doesn't hurt, not at all.
If there's something wrong with it, we accept fault.
Yeah.
You said you brought chocolates.
No, I said I should have. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I did bake double chocolate brownies though. Now we have Andre bring them down.
Oh, the Christmas chocolates are gone.
Yeah. Yeah, well, mine are, yeah. Thank you, guys.
Valentine's Day is next.
It is, I have boxes of chocolate.
Groundhog's Day, yeah.
Lifesaver.
Won't fill you up, but keep your breath good.
Save your life.
I'll make a motion to accept the warning. 2020 annual warning.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Amended approved minutes from 1/6/19 select board meeting.
Sign it. I don't have them. Did you find some mistakes?
I got 'em here.
Okay.
I didn't find any, but I didn't read them that close, but.
I found a couple little things
Tell me what
again.
they are.
Up at the top, you didn't have Eric Collins signed in.
Oh,
For some reason.
he must not have signed it then. I went by that. What was, whose names are on it?
Yeah, typo down at the bottom, you got surveyor twice with Michael Jarvis.
I got surveyor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read that.
Maybe he's really good at it.
And on the second page, you got Coons reported on water and sewer and said the FEMA representative came. Well, it wasn't a FEMA representative, it was USDA, and it was just a representative, single.
Okay. Not FEMA.
No, USDA.
Okay, got it.
USDA.
Yeah, and that's all I got.
Okay. You got your agenda, so you can put it here so I can look at it too? You got it?
I got an extra one on the
Okay.
back of here, but you can take those minutes now.
Okay. Oh,
Set the
yeah,
corrections.
Yep. What did I ask for this for? The agenda.
There's a
I
couple.
forgot, it's been a
You can
second.
have
There we go. Okay.
Somebody want to make a motion to accept them?
I'll make a motion to accept them with the corrections.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oh, my turn. Here, Kylie, I'll give this to you before I forget. You can have that back. Missing Sherry's signature on it, but you got 4, so it's enough.
We've had other years when somebody wouldn't sign the warning.
What's that?
We've had other years where somebody wouldn't sign the warning, so,
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
I think she would. She just,
Oh, she would, but somebody just didn't want to sign the warning.
I just got this report. I didn't get a chance to run it through the photocopier, but I was just gonna send it home with everybody. It's just from the sheriff's. Gives you a full report for the past year of everything that's gone on.
Is that going in the book?
No, I have one for the book though. I
But I
sent
mean,
this a
that
single
same
page.
report is going in the book?
Yeah, just a single
okay.
page. This just got all the other towns and stuff in it. Dan, are you gonna talk about the email you sent us?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna then.
Minute and a half.
I'm not gonna. The ability thing, she already talked about that. I had that to talk about. I don't have a lot.
Okay. That's it for you?
Yep. Scott?
Well, I guess I really don't have a whole lot of water and sewer. Last week we went out and cleaned out the source again. After that big rain, we got a lot of gravel and stuff came down and pretty much plugged the source coming to town. We had to make our way to the dam with the excavators, kind of treacherous the other day in the ice and snow, but we got up there. And dug it out and got the water coming to town, right back to the town.
Never stopped though, did it?
No, it never stopped, but it was within, if we got low water, it was only like an 8-inch space where it could get in there, but we got it cleaned out.
No. Where is the source, just so I can say? where-
Stanhope Brook. It's awful treacherous getting up there in the wintertime with an excavator, with those hills and
Right.
the drop off towards the brook. The excavator doesn't get around very good in the snow. Once they start going sideways, they're just like a set of skates. Away you go.
Slim.
Slim. Well, we sanded the hill some just to help give him a little bit of traction with the pickup so he wouldn't have trouble. He had to pull himself some of the way. We got it done though. As far as sewer, I guess everything's good. As far as I know, not really much to talk about.
I had a question. On Interville Avenue, all that got replaced, right? That's why it's
All the water.
Still gotta do the sewer this.
Well, the sewer supposedly is
Good.
good from,
Okay.
yeah.
Water
Water
lines.
mains all new and services. Yeah, the whole street actually now.
I was just curious.
Just gonna put some money next year into sidewalk and paving. I wanna do the sidewalk new from Spears Funeral Home all the way down through past the playground entrance, down to the corner, and have a crosswalk that goes over onto the right-hand side. I'd like to get rid of the sidewalk on the right-hand side of that street going in from Spears Funeral Home and just turn it all to lawn back down there and just have a nice sidewalk on one side. What my plan is, but I don't know, I wanted everybody in agreement with it if possible.
Yep.
I just don't see maintaining 2 sidewalks on that one street. It is a pleasant street to walk on, but I think if there's one good one, it would work better than 2
Right.
that are junk.
I was also thinking that we might be able to get a little bit of money to make that go left and go down to the ball field,
Well, that's what I was thinking too.
because that's dangerous. When
Yeah, a
you
lot of
come-
people walk down there.
A lot of kids walking after a game, there's all kinds of cars in and out, there's,
I spent quite a lot of time last summer, last fall looking it over, and I was thinking that too, if we could get some money to put a sidewalk down to the playground. a lot of foot traffic.
I
And then-
think with public safety, we might be
I
able
think so
to
too.
get some money for
People would
that.
notice that. Are you talking to do the crosswalk at Donahue's old house?
Right,
Yeah.
from Donahill's
Over
over
to
to.
La Riviere's.
La Riviere's, yeah.
Yeah. I was just curious on that street, cause when we get to highways, I've just had some things I wanna talk about, and that street was one.
There's quite a few people actually walk that street.
They
Some of
do.
the girls from Notch at noontime,
Yeah.
they seem to make that tour around just
They
for
do.
exercise at noon.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't, they don't have a sidewalk the whole length of the street though.
No, that's pretty rough shape. It needs doing.
Yeah, and I know Jody said that on his side. He said he wouldn't care one way or the other if we put it back in or we didn't put it back in. He said as long as it's either made lawn or made back sidewalk, he said I honestly don't care.
On his side, I think we ought to redo it and make it nice down through and
Yeah.
continue it down through further, maybe to the old school or. See, at the old school, there never was one. It turned into school and went
Went
over to
down.
Academy Lane and through the,
Right?
cross lots there is where it went.
And there was never one on the other side of the street?
No,
No, I didn't think so.
No,
no.
It's a nice street. A lot of people walk on it.
Yep.
yeah. Be nice if we could get it spruced up a little bit.
Out-of-towners see that street a lot more than others too, because they go to the games.
But I think the sidewalk at the playground, it would be something to shoot for.
Because as far as we'd have to take that fence out to get down there. We'd have to take the post out or whatever. But do we really need that there? Do we
What
close-
fence are you talking about?
that goes down to the ball field?
They close it off at night in
Yeah.
the summertime,
Oh, yeah,
keep people
yeah.
out of there.
Who's in charge of closing that? I've never seen anyone close it.
Chris used to do it.
Wintertime, we don't close it,
No.
because we plow down there to, but it's mainly just, after hours in the summer. That's what it always has been.
But now that with all the cameras and stuff down there, would it?
You're gonna pick
May
anybody up
not, may
anyway.
not be a necessity, may
Yeah.
not be necessary.
We didn't have the cameras when he locked the gate.
Because I just
Oh,
think
it-
if you put the sidewalk, you'd have to.
Yeah.
Juggle that out.
Well, it'd be one or the other. You have to figure that out.
Another reason too why they close it at, is that they don't cross the river and go onto the island and mess around in the cornfield.
Well, and the four-wheelers and stuff that would tear up the ball fields and stuff too, was the other reason.
Okay. No Sherry, so.
Oh, she's got a message. She said that VLCT called her back and they're coming up to look at the roof of the fire station down there to see if they'll cover it or what. I don't know, it's 20 years old, but she said that she got a contact back from them. That's all she had.
Who's coming to look at it?
VLCT, our insurance,
Oh,
Vermont League.
okay. Job?
Well, so far the roads are still halfway decent for the winter time. Other than that, I don't have much unless what you want to talk about.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to tell you that I finally got a hold of Mark about the paving.
Oh,
And he said that he will get a hold of us in the spring and he'd love to.
right.
I told him the 4 or 5 projects that we had
Right.
in mind and he said, oh, absolutely. He said he'll definitely give a quote on them.
That's
So I told him whenever in the spring, get a hold of me, I can
Yep.
get him hooked up with you guys and then go
You're
show him.
talking Grays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder why he never
You'll
got hold
have-
of me last year, the 4 times I called him, the 5 times I called him.
Because you didn't know him.
Well, I shouldn't have to know him.
I know. Give me a name on that. Who did you talk to?
Mark Gray.
Paving? Mark
Yeah,
Gregg
he owns
Paving.
Gray's Paving.
Okay.
And he just had asked me, that's why I was curious about that street, if,
Right.
when the work had been, because I told him I knew there was work for water and sewer, but he said, if you were, still had to do the work, you might want to wait and pave it next year, but if the work's done,
That work's done. So by this summer coming, it should be settled.
yeah.
It should be settled enough so that it'd be good to pave anyway.
Just gotta get the sidewalk done ahead of.
Right. Do the sidewalk first and.
Yeah, and he said that depending on which projects, because I kind of explained a few different projects,
Right.
and he said he's not opposed to coming, doing one, leaving.
Oh.
When the other one's ready, come back and do it.
Mm-hmm.
He said he'll do it any way you guys want it done. He said
Right.
he'd rather do it that way than wait till fall and come and do
Yeah.
it all at once.
I don't wanna wait till fall.
But we need to make a complete sentence that says he'll definitely give us a quote when the bids go out, because we need to make it clear we're bidding it out, okay? I put that in, when the
Yeah,
bids,
absolutely.
okay.
Right.
Well, it's already been bid out once, the Pike.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
last
yeah,
year, right?
Last year.
Right,
They
Prices,
never showed.
right,
prices might be different this year.
but
Well,
we
he
just
said he'd
need to say
guarantee the
that.
same price this year
Oh, okay,
if they go up, which more than likely they may.
right. But
So you're to hold on to that bid then, you were to,
I still
but
got
we
the-
still
I still got
need to put it
the
on.
bid price, yeah.
we need to get things done sooner than what has so far.
Yeah. I don't know, everybody was so busy last year, I couldn't even get anybody to even call
Look at
back.
it, yeah.
And I started early, I thought, you know, May. Guess you gotta start before then. I got some other things here, go with the highways, I got a thing from, DOT basically on our bridges. If we have any bridges that we wanna post for excess weight. Presently, I don't think the town of Richford has any that are posted for, you know, heavy loads, something that, but after the storm on Halloween, the little bridge on Haggerty Street, right where Clayton Madeline Haggerty used to live, that goes over to Basil Ray's old house, that bridge got damaged. We had to put a plate on the top of it because it eroded a hole right down through the bridge.
Was
I
that
don't know
our
if this-
bridge?
what's
Is that
that?
our bridge or the highway?
Yeah,
state?
it's
Oh, yes.
ours. I don't know if this actually should cover that, or it should be posted anyway. It should be, the only reason anything heavy would ever go there, the heaviest thing would probably be a fuel truck or maybe a delivery truck of some sort for pellets or something like that, but it's just that one house, and it's, actually the fuel truck wouldn't have to go across it even probably, but that bridge is pretty unsafe looking at it now. It should be posted for like 10,000 pounds or something.
Just to be safe.
I don't know, I got a list here, you're supposed to make a list of what bridges you wanna post. Let them know. That's through DOT. And I got another, well, it's to get our road certified for the map on how we get state aid paid from them. And I know we voted to have the Coons Road get upgraded to a class 3 back a couple meetings ago. And the end of the golf course road up to class 3. I don't know why the Coons Road has never been upgraded. We've been taking care of that road, plowing it and grading it since back in the mid-80s.
But we haven't been getting paid for it, right?
We haven't, no, it's still class 4 road, it's 6/10 of a mile. And there's a certificate here that we gotta make out to try to, you know, see if it qualifies for the state to take it over. I may have to do some digging, like, if I remember right, way back when I approached the town, when I was working for the town before, when I upgraded the road down in there when I built my house. The upper part of that road was actually changed the location, but I had a deeded right away from Hugh McAllister down the line fence. And I almost think my father and I deeded that over to the town of Richford, but I don't know, I'd have to do some looking in the records to make sure we got it. And if they take this over, they're gonna want that change. But anyway, we still gotta sign it to try to, you know, get them to take it over at least, or change the classification, basically is what it is.
When you
Right
change the
now, it's-
classification, do you have to do any warnings or anything?
I don't think you do, I don't know,
We
it's
can
quite a lot of
just do
stuff to
it.
read here to go along with it. If you're changing it from class 4 to class 3, I don't think you have to, but if you're downgrading it, then you gotta go through all the landowners and get them to sign off on it and everything, but this is basically upgrading it.
What about the one at the end of the golf course road?
According to what I can tell, looking on the map, they just downgraded that because it wasn't up to code.
Starting where though?
It's just the last end, it's only like
Just the circle?
7/100ths of a mile or something, it's just a few feet, what it is.
So like from the barn probably to the
Yeah,
end or something?
yeah, but I don't know why they would say it wasn't up to class or up to code, because it's basically the same as the rest of the road.
Yeah.
I don't know, it must have been at one point, maybe they checked it in the spring, and it was all mud or something, I don't know. It's been like that since back in
Forever.
2008 or
Or would
something.
it be because the barn is in the town right away?
That's what I was wondering, if the distance between the house and the barn are so close that it narrows it up too much.
No, it's not that narrow there. It's narrow, but it's not that narrow. I don't know what, I was gonna try to have them change it back. I got it on the certificate here to do. We gotta sign it. Town clerk has to sign it. I'll turn in the paperwork. I got to do a little research and try to find, if I got any deed work where it was changed over to the town. It's a long time to remember back, 35 years, but I know I came to the town selectman at that time and asked them to take it over. They took over 3 roads that year. Part of Doug Paul's road, the upper part of that where he built, and the Nixon Road, the upper part of that, and then my road. But I don't know, my road got lost in the shuffle somehow. We've been plowing it and maintaining it and grading it. It'd be nice if we got paid to do it again. Otherwise, we probably shouldn't be doing it. I don't know.
What about
Where'd
with
you go?
Jay?
Oh.
Where are we at with them as far as maintaining that road? Are we gonna go to them for this year and try to get more money, or?
Want me to give it back?
When we're-
For plowing?
Scott, you want this or you want me to give it to you?
I'll bring it in and I gotta do some research.
Okay.
Thanks.
What do
Yeah,
you think, Jacques?
Wait a minute, would you ask something about the J Road?
Oh, yeah, no, the far end of the, I call it the East Richford Slide Road.
Yeah, I do
but
too.
The J portion of it,
Right.
I think we should maybe try to go to one of their select board meetings or something and come up with a little bit higher price for the maintenance that they're doing
I
on
think
that
they'd
in the
be
winter.
agreeable to that.
Especially after what happened,
Well, that's why I'm saying after
Right.
Lance slid off the road up there, and it could have been,
Why, because it wasn't plowed?
well, no, we was
Well,
trying to plow it, but I mean, it
Oh,
could
he
have
was
ended
trying.
up in a result of a truck rolled over to make,
well, he didn't roll over, but it
no,
could.
I'm saying,
It could've.
it
could have a little
have,
bit more. He was right back to the brook bank.
Right,
and for the $6,000 that we get paid to plow it, is it worth,
don't pay for the truck.
yeah, is it
Well, it's
worth?
been that way forever. Nobody's ever tried to renegotiate it, so might as well
we
ask.
did bump it up $1,000 back,
A couple of years ago.
yeah, a couple of years ago. But I don't know if we even got a contract. It's just kind of a
No, I don't think. that
word
we
of mouth
do.
thing, I
Well, the
think.
town clerk did the negotiating when we got the money last year, because they paid us for 5 years.
Mhm.
And
I
he
wonder
had
if
all that
we
stuff.
should go over and try to sit down with them and
Yeah.
Just
get,
ask them.
put something on
Go.
paper and get something a little more legit for the future.
It wouldn't hurt.
We'll do it for the tax base they collect on that road.
Yeah,
What's
I
that?
said, we'll do it for the tax base they collect on that road.
Right, yeah.
you also did maintenance in the summer, didn't you?
No.
We used to.
That was
We
separate.
stopped doing
That was separate amount of money, though.
But there is a culvert that's plugged now that I called him and told him about, and he said, well, if you got time, could you take your backhoe and go dig it out?
They mentioned how much?
Well, I'll just bill them for
Bill 'em,
what
yeah,
time I
yeah.
do, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're willing to pay. They were more than willing last year to pay.
Well, it's a pain for them to come over here.
Of course it is.
Well, I just think we could sit down and come
Oh,
up
yeah, I
with a
think they'd
lot
come up
better
with one.
agreement, and then, maybe they would be willing to just have us maintain it 100%, and there'd be no questions asked. We just go and do it. It's all figured in.
Makes sense.
there.
We're up there and it's just,
I don't think they mind so much doing the summer maintenance, but the winter maintenance, just coming over and,
it's a long way.
But would it be
It's worth
better
it,
if
Tom.
we did the summer maintenance, and that way it could be to your guys' standards versus their standards?
well, it
Would
may
be
have-
When
hard
it
on-
comes time to plow.
Well, the thing is, they had the power company, they had a contractor
Yeah,
put power
they
lines
messed it
down
all.
through a couple years ago, and they left it a complete mess on
Yeah.
the side of the road.
Yeah,
We had to deal with that all winter.
that's what I'm
Tell
saying.
them that.
Well, that's what I'm saying, if it was all the town's, if the money was there to fix it properly and maintain it properly, then you never would run into that problem. And they may be more than willing to, like you said, they collect a lot of tax based off that one road.
Fixed her and the vet to our satisfaction.
Well, as long as we don't have trouble with the bridge and stuff, then they're gonna have to take care of their own.
Bridge.
I don't know how complicated that can get if we're involved, especially in the summer maintenance. I don't know.
Did the bus go over there, our school bus?
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
We really need to keep it safe for the kids.
Yeah, and I don't think there's really any other way around it because I don't think they like that hill.
I know.
Right.
I don't think the school bus driver likes going up and down that, or which way does he go? He goes down it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jay's bus comes over too.
Yeah.
They come to Sandville's every day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Pick up 2 kids.
Who drives that bus, Robert St. Pierre?
Robert drives our bus. Harold Morse drives the
But does
day
he
bus.
goes up, Robert goes up?
Yeah.
Usually goes up around
105.
105 and comes down through.
Oh, he goes, I thought he went up by the cemetery.
No,
Oh,
no, he comes down over.
because he was talking about the guardrails, yeah.
Yeah, he comes down over.
Okay. At least he can hug the side
But
of the
there's
road.
2 buses that travel that road.
Yeah.
Okay, Linda?
I got nothing. For once, no. Like,
Everything's on. under-
everybody in the cemeteries isn't going anywhere, the playgrounds are under snow, but I got really nothing. I might think of something later, but I don't.
Recognized guest, Joanne, we'll start with you. I know you got something for us.
Yeah. We had another meeting the other day with the Vermont Federal Credit Union, and there were 3 people who came, two ladies and a gentleman. The CEO came.
Oh, good.
I thought that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
From what I got from it, they seem really interested, really interested. The only problem is
Building.
TD selling their bank. In Swanton, when they sold that bank to Notch, they could not negotiate with them at all. It was coded as 300 and, don't quote me on the figures, 350, they couldn't even get them down. So
In
they
Swanton.
In Swanton.
It's the same here, 350, I think.
380.
380?
Yeah.
Will be worth nothing when they close the doors.
So they had to pay full price for it, so I'm assuming that that's probably what's gonna happen over here. So I think what we need to do is maybe get something, in the ballpark going for if we have to pay that much, or what else we're gonna do, because
Who are you saying we is gonna buy the bank? You don't mean the town, or do you?
I don't know,
Oh.
whatever.
Oh. I don't know. Front door's locked.
I don't have a key to the front door.
I do.
So, and they did say,
Kylie should.
if we decided to come over, where would we we'd be able to go? So,
Okay.
I don't know what to tell them, what's your suggestion?
So they're interested in even another spot other than that bank. They would,
It's the
That's
one.
pretty
they're
big.
thinking about moving to town even if
Yeah.
they could find another spot.
Yeah, they say that credit unions don't need as much space as a regular bank because of the way that they handle their
Mhm.
stuff. So,
Obviously, it would make the most sense for them
Yeah.
to have that space.
All
you know,
set.
the guy talked about, but the problem is for them, they're coming here with they're coming here with zero business. So to walk into $3,000-4,000 a month in expenses just to keep a building open
They
with
can't
no
do it.
business,
they can't do it yet.
he's like, it would be pretty tough. And, I mean, I think that, maybe I'm completely wrong, but I think TD would be better off to try to just give the space to the town.
I do too, but
Because,
But they have so
they
much
don't want
money.
competition. They have so much money, they don't
They
care.
have so much money, they really don't care. So,
Well, they're gonna have to pay the taxes on the building whether there's anybody in it or not.
They don't care.
You know, as far as,
that's nothing to them, that's just a drop in a,
Yeah, keep them out, keep another bank out, they don't care.
about 13,000 are the taxes on that building. Wow.
It is to us.
So like he said, even if we had to buy the building and then pay the taxes on it, he said we'd be like $4,000 a month for the
Right.
space. And he's like, we couldn't do it. So, I
You
don't
know, it's really funny. I was in a restaurant today and some guy was in front of me and he was talking to a guy and he said, I had to make my payment at the Vermont Federal Credit Union and I had to drive way over to Newport. He said, he had to talk to him. And I wanted to say, oh, you can come to Richford maybe. But, I mean, that's a St. Albans person, has to drive to Newport to
It's
do his stuff.
amazing. I have
know.
called people that the people who are interested in a credit union.
Yeah,
And I went to all of I have 3 more businesses to go to. And they were more than happy to give me what they put in the bank a year. There's some money going into
Yes,
that
there
bank.
is.
I have
Yes,
no
there
idea
is.
why TD Bank thought it was so poor.
well.
What
They're just
was
saving
the
money.
bank that we met with the last one, the ones that were interested? Is it Vermont Federal?
Vermont Federal
Vermont,
Credit,
yeah.
yeah. At least that's what I have here.
Yeah.
Well,
could've-
that's this time, but the time before it was just, because they were gonna work together.
It was a credit union,
Yes,
but it wasn't.
But it wasn't Vermont, it was Champlain, no.
North Country Credit
What one?
Union,
North
wasn't it?
Country?
Was
North
it North
Country.
Country?
Yeah.
So,
Because they were gonna, they called Federal, Vermont, they were gonna work together, if they could.
Oh, yeah, and Bob Morgan said they didn't have anything in their budget to expand.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he said maybe he could talk him into it.
so I can call him again, I don't mind nagging.
Well, he's the one that called them, isn't he? He's interested. That
Bob,
Bob, the one that we met with at John's the
Yeah.
first time,
yeah,
said, he's the one that called the lady from Vermont Federal
Yeah.
and said maybe they could work together.
And they told us when we met with them that they
This
just
last
hadn't had a chance to
Chance to get
connect.
together, yeah.
so just you want me to just let it slide a little and don't,
Well, how did you leave? I had to sneak out of that meeting early that day, but what
we
did you?
didn't, they were gonna get back to us. They were gonna go home and they were gonna look at things over and they were
They've been
gonna see.
talking, they've been talking.
Did you? Because can anybody think of another space in town that would benefit them?
Not safe enough.
Now, the bottom
Of
of
the post office, but there's no access.
the bottom of the post office though.
It's beautiful down there.
I know.
There's no
but
handy.
there's-
It's
What
not
is there for
handicapped.
space?
No, but there's a door in the background level. You'd have to do some fiddling, but it's also down. I don't know if that would work for them or not.
Because we thought of that in the meeting, but like the lady said, it would have to be handicap accessible. We thought of Joe's building on the corner, but.
Now, there is a door in the back of the post office down ground level. You just don't see it because it's so ground level. But any building they get, they gotta put thousands of dollars into it, like Joe's building or,
right.
this is all set.
What about Riley's building down, Sterling Scale old building there? I've never been in that building.
Which one?
The one that
By-
Richard Ray owns.
Right.
The Sterling Scale?
People-
Yeah.
Scale?
Is there anything
There's
there?
parking there, but
No, they've done a lot in there.
Yeah, see, I've never been in there.
Yeah.
Which one's that? The one by the
People
school? Or
that-
Yeah,
where the workout place
across
used to
the
be.
road from the
I've
school
never been in
entrance.
there.
Well, Shelley's got her play school in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
have, oh, he did say though, he's got somebody coming in. He's not gonna bring any jobs to town, but he does have somebody coming in.
To rent it.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
quite a few spaces
don't-
in town, but
I
they all
don't
need
mean to
work.
ask.
Right.
if
It would
there's-
cost them $350,000 to do over a building probably.
Costs a
Buy it.
lot.
That one's in good shape.
But who knows what TD might want for that? They might not want 350. I
Maybe
don't know.
not. Maybe
Well,
not.
Yeah,
on January 31st, they're supposed to close the doors, and it's gonna take them a few days to get their paperwork done and get everything done. And then it's going out to Vermont Commercial
To be sold.
to be sold.
Yeah, he
What's
came
that
here
phone
and
number?
talked to Kylie, right?
Who did? Vermont Commercial?
Yeah, he was he looking for values of properties or something when he
He just
came?
came to investigate Richford a little bit,
Yeah.
just find out more about the community, and he said he's basically based out of Chittenden County, so
Is TD gonna leave their ATM machine in there for now?
TD has told us that they would.
Yeah. Until either the building's sold, right?
Or they build a new little.
Or they find a new place for it or
Yeah, they
something.
might build something so that they can close that up, I suppose. I just hope they don't board it up like they did in Swan, but what you gonna do? And that's all I have on that right now, but what do you think about getting a letter out to the town people, letting them know what we're doing, just so they don't and if they would give us, 6 months to come up with something, and
I put something in the town report about it,
you did.
yeah.
Because I'm afraid they're gonna, but even Our Lady of the Meadow, I called them and I asked them the information that they put in. They don't use, TD Bank, they didn't use TD Bank. And I got some really interesting things that people said.
Would you like us to put something on the Facebook page about it, just letting people know?
Yeah, be patient, give us, don't jump.
Volunteer Melissa for it.
Melissa,
Yes.
I'm gonna be going to school, I'm going to go to the school and learn how to do this Facebook, not Facebook, but the, where you have a,
Webpage, the webpage.
So what do you want us to put on there? Just give me a blurb.
citizens of Richford, looking at a new bank to come in, possibly a credit union.
Okay,
Be
so just
patient.
tell them what's going on.
Be patient and
Okay.
hopefully you'll join us when we get it.
Hopefully we
Got
get
a
something.
committee looking into it.
I named your committee too, by the way.
What is that?
Bank committee.
We did have it in the minutes of one of the meetings.
Wow.
Be patient.
Okay, I'll do that. Melissa will do it. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Melissa.
Bank committee.
Dan?
I'll come out and watch you girls.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm your
Dan, how do you spell your
Richford
last name?
representative to the upper.
S-E-G.
Is it an S or an F?
Trout River
S.
Wild and Scenic River Association. Okay, and we had a meeting just last week, and one of the things, there's a whole bunch of things came together. Number one is the Halloween storm, which did a lot of damage. And you also, I guess you guys are more familiar with the culvert replacement up on Gomes Road. Okay, and then we said, and going over our financial budget, we said, hey, we've got $70,000 sitting here.
What?
$70,000, okay? They said the towns could probably use this for things that will prevent like pollution from, I'm, over on Smith Road, man, and I don't know how much went into the river from there.
Yeah.
And so they're open to proposals. Now, their normal grant thing is due February 3rd, but this is gonna be different.
Is this
I think
separate from that grant?
Separate.
Okay,
right.
good,
Because we're not gonna make it February 3rd. But in fact, we haven't even decided, because at the very end, this whole thing came up and we said we discuss it, we could either give a large grant to one town, you're in competition with all the towns that are part of the association, or we could break it up into smaller, say 10 and 20, and give us several of them. And they're looking at, they're sort of using this as a model, because I guess a lot of different funding sources went into this culvert. And so we know that we can't finance the whole thing, but if we could give money to help out on top, I think it's sitting there. I think we should go for it.
Is it replaceable money that you can get back? You're willing to give it and not?
It's money that's sitting there that we're supposed to be giving away.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, we'll take it.
So,
But you have to
as
find
part of the Wild and Scenic River Act,
Right,
we're getting money in for activities and stuff.
okay, that's what I
This is, I
meant.
think, left over from 2018. So we said, we gotta do something with this.
You gotta
We
use
said,
it.
let's
Okay.
open it up to the towns. And I'm sure there are some projects they could use for, I'm thinking mostly culverts, but if there are other things. So basically,
Didn't John Little's part of that, correct?
yeah, he's part of that. In fact, he was here a year
Yeah.
ago with me.
Right.
And he went to every single town in the association and presented, said, this is for small grants, it was $5,000 to
Well, yeah, we've gotten a
$10,000.
few of those,
Okay.
yeah.
And you may be getting another one for the library, because I know my wife just wrote one up for that.
Good.
Small one,
Yeah.
but this will be for a larger amount. Now, we're having a meeting, I think on the 16th of February. 13th, anyway, beginning of the second Thursday of February, where we're gonna finalize exactly what we're gonna do. So what I think, and I can come, because then the next meeting you have here, I could come, and if you have any ideas of what you would like to get that money for.
I got a good spot where
Well-
we could use it.
We did talk about that culvert by Joanne's.
Well, we got a structures grant that's already,
The Smith Road culvert, yeah.
well, we got a structures grant that's gonna run out this year for the big culvert by Jeff Goins driveway.
Yeah, that was one we discussed.
We've got 100
Because I think that's just down the street from this, isn't it?
It is,
Yes.
same
Yeah.
for us.
So if they liked what was done here, because it really improves the water quality. And that culvert came up.
Well, that's one
If we could give them money for that, that would be a good thing to do.
well, we're looking for other grant sources or whatever
Okay.
for that culvert, cause it's not gonna be able to
Expensive.
go through if we don't get some more
Okay.
monies from somewhere.
Do we
got
need
100
matching? That could be some matching
Well, we
money.
got 175,000 from the state structures grant, but the estimate on that culvert was like 270,000 or something. And the town doesn't have money enough
Right,
to
so
make up the difference.
So you gotta think of something where you can, I would, my guess is, think about 20,000. Where could you use, where you have,
20.
where you're gonna be doing something where you could use just 20,000 or
Right.
additional.
Regional planning
To make
was-
something possible.
Regional planning is looking and reaching, trying to find some extra money for us on that culvert, because, you know, those grants don't come up all the time. And
Yeah.
if we don't get it in the works this year, we're not gonna get it.
So
So think 20,000, about.
I'd like to think 70, but.
Oh, I know, but 20,
I'm gonna go, I'll go in and say, you know, if you really wanna do a really big grant, and you wanna, and they've already talked about that culvert.
Oh, they've got a plan all drawn up and everything on it.
Okay.
They've done the engineering, it's, you know, it's ready and waiting, we
The
just
question is-
need money.
Question is, can you bring up, you know, matching other grants that
Right.
this
Well,
our money would put it over the top?
we're investigating.
That's what we're looking for.
okay.
Joanne's culvert where, you know, you were there when that washed out, that would be another good spot to
Yeah.
use some more money too, but, you know, engineering and everything would have to be done on that, we're not close to that one, really, you know.
Or the other thing that maybe it could be used for is if you wanted, say, for an engineering study. So that's another possibility where you could
Right.
apply for the grant.
Go around, bring someone around and show them all the different.
But what I would do if, is I know that the response, let's put it, the response from other towns for the smaller grants has been really poor.
Yeah,
You say, here we got some money for it, but nobody comes up with anything. So you get your grant in, proposal in first, you have a higher chance of getting the big chunk of it.
What other towns are involved with that?
Okay, let's see.
Montgomery for sure.
Enosburg.
Montgomery, they've got Troy,
Westfield,
Enosburg.
all the other towns on
Lowell
it.
is not.
Lowell is it?
No, they voted against it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want anything to do with that federal government stuff.
Westfield's,
Westfield.
I'll neither
That's
do
it,
tell.
that's basically it.
Yeah.
They thought, well, if you get into that, they're gonna start controlling the river. Well, but that isn't, as you see, that doesn't happen.
must be Jay's in there.
Jay, yeah,
Troy.
and Troy, yeah. So,
Then everything's this end,
And then from here on down.
here down, yeah.
So are they the only
Sure.
ones that can apply for those small grants? Because I've gotten 2 or 3 of those smaller grants. So are
Yeah.
those the only towns that can apply for those?
Yeah,
The ones that you just
yeah,
named?
I mean, this is.
I'm getting another
for
one
the-
ready.
The towns that agreed to make this a wild and scenic river. So, anyway. I'll have more information, but I figured, okay, all I know is the money's there. You just gotta come up with.
So you're
yeah,
one
yeah.
Regional planning must know about the money being there.
I don't know.
Maybe not, because we just, I mean, this is just a bunch of monies, I think, that was not given out for any activities or small grants from, I think, if I remember correctly, 2018, and so they said, we really got to spend this.
They might not know about it because they don't deal with those towns up
But if
in
you
North
did the whole,
Croydon.
if you did the whole 70 on you got, that other one was 160
Where's
Well,
that?
if, yeah, he said think
for
20.
that culvert,
175 for the structures grant from the state on
175.
on Jeff Goins, the one that Woodard, yeah.
And then his 70 would put us pretty close. Right?
But
Would
he's
be-
saying he
He's
was only
saying 20.
taking like
If
20.
we get,
Or if you
Possibly.
did,
Unless nobody else applies.
Right.
if we got the whole 70.
Well, I can go and say, listen, you know, they're close to a project ready to go.
Right.
If they get 70,
Well, it's gotta
Then go for
happen, it's gotta happen this year, we're losing it.
Right.
Is that a matching grant?
so we'd
No,
be,
we got, you know,
we'd be
I
245.
think
with this
10% or
one.
something we gotta come up with.
We could get some, yeah.
What'd you say the bid was, 270?
Well, I think it was 3 alternative ones, and it seems like one of them was 270 or something, and one was in the 300s, like 310. I don't know, there was a bottom one too.
Is that with Ron, one of them, or?
No, it wasn't bids, it was just different ways of doing
Oh,
it.
different ideas
Yeah.
how to
Yeah,
build
I think
it.
one was a aluminum pipe like that one, and another one was a concrete, you know, box culvert. I don't know, I'd have to look.
So what you're saying is that would be best case scenario. Worst case scenario, we need to find another project.
that could use, say, 20,000.
20,000.
We could do,
We should do that.
yes, we
I mean, if
should.
the money's
Right.
there,
Right,
and it has to be anything to improve water quality.
Basically,
fish.
it would be, a thing,
Oh.
so you don't have runoff and, you know,
Well,
sediment.
there's
running
other
into it.
places we could use it too. The Brook Road's a problem. That's,
Which one?
the Brook Road going from Hardwood Hill down through into Berkshire.
Yeah.
We had quite a lot of erosion and a problem there with that Halloween flood. We patched it back just quickly to get the road open and stuff, but it still needs work.
Wasn't he mentioning something when John Little came that night about fish being able to? But I don't remember what he was saying.
Yeah, I mean,
It was something to do with fish being able to get upstream.
that is,
That's why
this,
we did that culvert.
this one is designed,
Yeah.
so, you know, originally there was a big, the fish had to bring their own ladder.
Yeah.
Right.
But now this one, it's just like a creek going through.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's sort of it's a big tube that they swash down, so the bottom is flat, and so it's really.
And we put like 4 feet of gravel and stone in it, so it's like a natural bottom all through it. They way
The creek is
oversized.
really going through it.
Right, they way oversized the pipe and then they put 4 feet of gravel and stone in the
It's
bottom.
like a fish tank,
Yeah, big
Yeah.
one.
open-ended fish
Now,
tank.
what road is that on? Because they did, that was in the plans last year, right? That,
That's a
the fish.
That's Combs Road.
Combs Road, okay, yeah. I remember them talking about that.
That'd come out nice.
Yeah, Federal Fish and Wildlife and everything went up and inspected that and they were really happy with it.
Yeah.
They were,
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
so now we gotta do the culvert just below that, so if the fish can't get through the bottom
That's
culvert,
right,
they can't get to the
exactly,
top
yeah.
one.
That's why I think they liked the idea of doing the one just below.
Right,
well, I know Bethany was working on it and rattling some change, trying to find some more money, you know.
Well,
And that would be for this summer.
that sounds good.
Okay, so I'll come back
That-
on the.
Thank you.
What is it, the 16th?
Shoot for the 70.
What is this?
On February.
we got one the 3rd.
We do one the first Monday.
So what,
So I'm not. we're
Oh,
not gonna
the
be-
third Monday, yeah, the third
So I
Monday.
would say the third Monday is
17.
17th? Yeah, so I come back.
so
maybe another.
you're actually the Missisquoi River Basin, is that, what is your actual name of your?
Wild and scenic, isn't it?
Okay, our, there's, this is the committee. There's
Upper
also
Missisquoi.
there's also the river basin thing. They sort of manage the money. We make the decisions, and they're the
But you're the
they're the
Missisquoi.
bankers, but we're the decision makers.
You're the Missisquoi Wild and Scenic.
Missisquoi, it's a Missisquoi,
River Basin.
Upper Missisquoi and Trout River, or
Trout
matter,
River.
UMATR, Wild and Scenic Association.
Association, okay. Okay. And Trout River.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I'm sure we got still projects we could do, just
I'm
gotta
sure.
write up something.
Before you leave, I wanna ask you a question. Does your wife know about, does your wife know about the Rise Vermont grants?
Sorry, what?
Does your wife know about the Rise Vermont grant?
Probably, that sounds familiar, the Rise
Well,
Vermont.
can you give me your phone number and I'll give her a call?
Okay.
I was thinking for the library. She gave it to me once and I lost it, so I'll keep it in here and I'll have it. Yeah, I'll see if she knows
Oh, I think
about
the
that one.
Rise grant I was talking about, that was probably
It's for
the
health.
conservation. Oh, that was for the health one?
The Rise is all healthy lifestyle, but we can work it into the
Oh,
library.
yeah, I think,
Yeah.
that might have been what she wrote a grant to get computers for the,
No, right, the max is 5,000. They had a $10,000 one for the computers from
Oh,
from
okay, I don't-
libraries. Yeah, I'll give her a
okay.
call, just see if she knows
Yeah.
about it. Yeah,
anyway, she's putting another one in for the,
I know.
and she's good.
I know she is. I know she's a good grant writer. She's just,
Oh, yeah,
yeah, I met her the other day at the meeting at the library.
I'm impressed with her.
Yeah, well, good, I'm glad. And it's on camera, so she can hear it.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey,
Linda, you got anything?
Linda, there's two of us. I do have something else, but go ahead with
Go
your.
ahead, I
No,
don't
go
have
with your
anything
guest
to say.
first. I did think
What's
of
up?
something.
I don't have anything.
Kylie? Back to you, Linda.
We-
One last shot.
Yeah, this is it. Fireworks, we have to give permission for the firemen, is it the firemen or the Lions Club to do fireworks. They want to do them up at the sewer plant like they always do. July 5th, rain date July 12th.
Water, maybe. Not sure.
Water plant
Okay, I don't even know where the sewer plant is. Down there?
down there.
Okay, the water's up there, the sewer's down there.
As
Okay.
long as they pick up their mats.
Well, they always,
I'll give 'em
don't they
permission.
always? I mean, you've never had a
I hope
problem.
so. Yeah, I've never had a problem.
Yeah. Is it okay?
I'm all right.
Nobody got a problem? Okay. I'll let them know.
I don't have anything else.
Well, early one.
10 after 7, earliest meeting we've ever had.
Guess so.
Yeah, usually we don't start till 7:10.
Adjourn at 7:10.
Okay.